Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is I, Wolfman Roy, and I had just got out of a Scream Unseen, which happened to be Shelby Oaks 2025. Now, I do have a contention with the Scream Unseen. I don't mind the Scream Unseens. They were cool in the beginning when you were seeing movies that were going to be at least 2 or 3 months ahead in the future. But nowadays, they just do a Scream Unseen for horror movies that are going to be released on that week. It's totally telegraphed. It's totally, it's totally telegraphed. I mean, you're not telling us anything other than you're just releasing that movie earlier in the week. Anyways, uh, work on the AMC, please, please. All right, we are looking at the movie Shelby Oaks 2025, buck 39. Directed and written by Chris Stuckman, that's his name. I'm not sure. And he had a writing assistant with Sam Liz. I don't know her credentials, but there we go. Starring Sarah Dern, Madison Hager. You got Camille Sullivan, Brendan Sexton, Michael Beach, Keith David. Uh, who else we got here? We got Laura Ashley, Eric Francis, C.L. Simpson, Anthony Balda, Derek Mears is in this. Cast of thousands. A woman's obsessive search for her missing sister leads her into a terrifying mystery at the hands of an unknown evil. Now, I just want to make this plain and clear. This is not found footage. A lot of people say, well, it is found footage. The framing of it, like the first 20 minutes and maybe the last five, is a mockumentary. It's a mockumentary on a paranormal crew who just disappears and they are found mostly murdered. And one of the paranormal investigator's sisters is looking out for her. And you do have this mockumentary around like the 20-minute mark, and then the credits roll, and then we get into a movie. It's not a movie about the footage. It's not surrounding the footage. Uh, it's not what the meat and potatoes of the movie is about. It is about this woman's hunting down her missing sister and getting more than she bargained for. Uh, I'm not gonna lie, I liked the mockumentary part. I think if you stayed with the mockumentary part, this would be a lot easier, a lot better to digest. I'm not gonna lie, it's Mr. Stuckman's first picture, so I'm gonna be a little bit lenient here. But after the 20 minutes of the mockumentary and we get into the movie, it just feels basic. It feels generic. Uh, some of the stuff you could see telegraphed. There was so much telegraphing I thought was in Western Union. Um, a lot of people say, well, a lot of hardcore horror fans would like that. No, no, no. If you could telegraph what's going to happen next, it makes it a little bit of a boring picture. Um, the actors were good. The actors were alright. The story just felt a little bit derivative. Uh, I have been seeing online that it feels like Blair Witch. It's Blair Witch like. It's not Blair Witch like. It's not Blair Witch like at all. Please stop with that. You're just telling on yourself that you've not seen Blair Witch. or you've seen Blair Witch, but you've seen the Adam Wingard version. None against that one, but it's telling me that you've probably seen that one instead of the 1999 one. Yeah, there's a lot of setup, and there's a bit of hand holding in it in some scenes. Um, I wish, and again, guy's first feature. I do wish there was more in depth in certain areas. I'm trying to keep this as non spoilerish as it is, but we're left on the wayside for it. So we can look at this thing or look at that thing, uh, and then you realize, oh, it's just a telegraph derivative. You're not really trying to expound or try to explore certain things that were set up. So, for instance, a little spoiler: Shelby Oaks is a ghost town. It was a ghost town since 2002 when something happened. We do not go into that. We're just told, okay, this and this happened. And then we left it off its merry way. Yeah, this character was in this place at that time. But we're not telling you why or wherefore. We do set up in the mockumentary, in the found footage, in that mockumentary. But we leave that on the wayside, or we go about it in a roundabout way, and it's nothing really important in the first place. Um, Derek Mears does his best with what he's given, and he does it well. He does it really well. I don't think it's a waste of Derek Mears. But then again, once you get really deep into the nuts and bolts, you're like, yeah, I've seen this someplace else. I've seen this here. I've seen this there. Um, there is the story's all right. My issue is that it leads too much on tropes, and I can't be mad at that because it's the guy's first film, so what he's going to do. I do think that Flanagan, who brought this to Neon and got his best editor on this, I forgot his name, but he edited a lot of stuff for Neon. I do wish they would held his hand and had him expand on some things. I do wish they could have opened his eyes and his mind to other avenues. And I do think that would make this movie a little bit more unique. Uh, there was some uniqueness, but it's never played upon. As I said before, we are given things in front of us that makes us go, oh, that's interesting. And then it's shelved to the side for, okay, we're doing this trope. Okay, we're going with this trope. We're going to connect them together. And ooh, spooky. Um, and then in the end, you pretty much are going to be seeing that ending a mile away. Sorry, folks. But it does feel very anticlimactic. It feels like, okay, so we're going this route. All right. Does it have staying power? I don't think it has staying power. Again, first feature. I'm not going to shit on a guy because he made his first movie. But if I was to give him some uh, very encouraging words, expand for what you know, take what you know and go the other way, or go in a different direction. In that you could make the script a bit more interesting. In that you can help make the characters more interesting and more uh, connected to the audience. As much as I like Camille Sullivan as Mia, sorry, not Rhea. Mia Riley is her sister. Is it Riley? I think it's Riley. Yeah, Riley. Um, I didn't feel as connected to it. I just felt like I was watching this woman defy police because she thinks it's going to be tied up as a dead end and do her own investigation, which was sloppy, by the way. I'm surprised a certain individual didn't do a certain thing to stop it all, but I digress. um, let's go to like the ratings. What would I give Shelby Oaks? I would give it. I'm not gonna be mean. I would give it 50. Let's go up to the 50. I wouldn't say it's a little bit decent. It's a little bit decent. Uh, do I think anybody's going to remember it by the end of the year? Not really. Do I think it could have been done better? Sure. Uh, I think it could have kept with the documentary side of it. And that would bring it a little bit more interesting, a little bit more tangible. Uh, but it was just sliding into trope after trope after trope. Let's have this interesting stuff as background. Uh, is there graphic language? Was I think PG-13? Is it PG-13? Let me check the other book. No, it's R. Why is R? I don't know. Is there graphic language? I'll bet if you count one fuck. That's all I heard. One fuck. I could be wrong. How much violence? Not well, a bit, but not too much. You'll get it to like the very end. Why won't you let me try? Okay. Is there any nudity or sexual content? Nope. There's none. There is none. Is it family friendly? No. It is not. It deals with some really, really gruesome issues in near the end. Um, Cliche as it is gruesome. How much entertainment value? This is me. This is me. Um, I would say, out of the scale I'm giving, it's a bit entertainment. I think it's a novelty because it's crowdfunded. It's a YouTuber backed by a major director, by a major studio. Why? I haven't a clue. Um, it's just there. And again, I don't think it's memorable. It'll probably be a trivia quiz question in 5 years' time. Uh, should you go out and see it if you want to? Yeah. Uh, on my scale, I've seen it in the theaters, but if I was to see it again, which I see it in the theaters again, would I get the physical media, would I see it in streaming or forget it altogether? I'd watch it on streaming if I had nothing better to do. I could explain it to you in spoilers. I could spoil it for you, and you won't forget the spoilers. That's how I feel it is. Uh, See it to believe it. Yeah, yada yada yada. More scary, no better. Give me a message. Yeah, 50. I'll give it a 5 out of 10. I do hope Mr. Stuckman sticks with it, and I do hope he gets more pointers and more help from Flanagan, from Neon, and I hope that he's take this as a learning experience, and he makes something better in the future. I'm not gonna bag on the guy. I mean, if he puts out another one, sure, I'll go see it. But this is a staggering first step. I am more out of curiosity, wanting to see what he does next, rather than hyped up into seeing what he does next. Is that a bad thing? No, not really. But I just, I would like to know what the hype's about. I, and from seeing this, he's a pretty milk toast director so far. Uh, I think he's done better. I hope he does better, and his interest is in the right direction. Let's build on that. Let's go forward, move ahead. It's not too late. You finish it. I'm not gonna finish it. Other than this, yeah. Thanks for watching. You got some love mail, some hate mail, some Stuckman mail, some crowdfunding mail, some Flanagan mail. Send it to Starlite Podcast at protonmail.com. Send it as a little high recommendation, accommodation to Zitter at capital R, capital L, capital P, capital S, Starlight. Again, would love to hear from you. I do lists and reviews here on Criticless. I thought I'd do this since I just saw this feature and I wanted to share it with the world. So I hope you enjoy yourself. Hope you enjoy your night. I was going to get a pumpkin beer, but I think this better tells what Shelby Acres is. A good old Miller Lite. Um, Thanks for joining me. Good night. And